Do you believe stress can cause diseases and discomfort in our body? There has been a lot of research, and I believe in it, that stress is one of the root causes of a lot of modern day diseases. If it's not the cause of the disease, then it kind of stops us from bouncing back or healing back quickly. So I do believe that the plays a lot of negative role in our life. I know there's some kind of good stress as well, but we are not talking about that. We're talking about the constant stress that takes a toll on us. And so in this video, I will talk about the strategies I use to minimize the stress in my life. We can't really completely remove it, but we can have strategies to cope with it, to minimize it, where we can kind of live a better life, a more quality life. Hi, my name is Abha. I vlog about my life and challenges as a 50 something woman who immigrated to New Zealand due to arranged marriage long time ago. And what are the challenges that I feel? And now I'm a half empty nester. My children have grown, and I decided to vlog about my life and how I cope with it. In the comment section, let me know if anything resonates with you, or what kind of strategies do you have to cope with the stress. Please do leave a comment and subscribe. It helps me a lot. Let's get into the strategies that I use to cope with the stress levels in my life. It's my own experience, as well as my friends that I talk to and their friends and the community that I speak with, people all over the world, actually, not just here, people in our age group, around 50s and over. They all are kind of having same problems and quite anxious about the future. Time on the hand, diseases and discomfort. And I think when we are younger and have a family, the most of the time goes in raising the family, providing for them, and also having those social activities going again for the family. At least that has been the case in my life. And also, as I said, many women I have spoken with, maybe with the men as well, but I'm mainly talking about what women go through. So even if there are situations in life when we have not liked what is happening with our life or around us, we kind of have tended to push it under the rug and just keep going, because again, the main cause was a main reason for us to get out of the bed and keep going was to raise family. We had responsibility of our children, and we kind of kept it together for their sake. So they were binding our lives together. Everything revolved around them: our schedule, our work, our pleasure, our whatever activities we liked or did not like, that all was around them. Not everyone, some people have been wise and gave equal importance to their own relationship as well with their spouse, um, and other friends and extended family as well. But quite a few of us just dedicated it completely to our kids, especially if, in case of immigrants, you don't really have that much network around you, so you kind of focus on your children and the best way to raise them. You work hard to provide for them, which is true for every family, but as I said, it basically applies to everyone, most of the people. So But once you reach 50s, in your 50s, the children are independent, and all those bottled up feelings, all those emotions that we have pushed under the rug, all those disagreements and arguments that we just kind of moved it aside and just kept marching on, all those emotions, those feelings, those harsh words, they all come back. Those feelings just come back to you, and everything kind of feels like it's falling apart. You start feeling anxious about future. You don't know what's going on in the present. Uh, Again, because of the amount of time we had dedicated to family, and now we have that time. So things start coming back again. And we don't have anywhere to express or let go, or don't know what to do with them, and that gives a lot of stress, that inflicts a lot of stress on our body and mind, which is not really good. And I have felt, and I have seen other people feel quite anxious about that as well. What's going to happen in the future? How do we rebuild? Lot of couples, they get disconnected along the way. So how do we get reconnected? So all those things can cause a lot of stress, and we need some strategies to cope with that, to kind of center ourselves again. And the strategies I use and find helpful are a few of them. Let's get into it. In recent years, what I have noticed is exercising helps quite a lot. Exercise is proven to make our mood better, um, decrease the stress levels. And you don't have to be a gym junkie kind of exercise. I don't like that at all. Anything that helps you move, movement is the key to help us to deal with the stress. So anything that moves you, anything that you can do every day, we need to do that. Don't miss it unless you have to. um, Other than, even if it is for a small time, do some exercise. I feel that helps me quite a lot. My exercise is, most of it is walking. I did take up running few years ago, again to deal with a lot of stress that was happening in my life. It was around COVID time. So I took up running because I heard great things about running. It's good for mental health and everything. So I did that for a couple of years, and last year I decided that that's a high impact exercise and probably not for my body. So I have started walking. I walk all the time, wherever possible. If I have to get grocery, I try to walk. I, if from work I need to walk, I walk from work. Like right now, I'm on my way home after finishing work. So I just change my clothes and take my bag, and then I just walk home. So that again, because at this age our kids have grown up, they are independent, they don't need us, we don't need to run around, finish work and rush to pick them up, take them for their activities, for their sports. You don't have to do all that. So this is the time that I use. I just walk anywhere and everywhere. Right now that we have summer here, so as you can see, it's beautiful weather. But even when the weather is not good, in winter it rains quite a lot, and there's quite a few storms that come this way. So I try to walk inside the house. That's, as long as you are moving, the movement helps you. For any reason, due to injuries, if you cannot walk at this point or at any point, just do some stretches while sitting down. Move your body in whatever way you can. I believe that helps quite a lot. It does not, it kind of distracts you in a good way, and it always makes you feel better after that. So I have included daily exercise in my life, and you can try that too. The people I see are quite happier, and more sure and less anxious about future or what has happened in the past. I'm sure everyone goes through rough and difficult times, professionally, personally, with families, extended families. Everyone goes through that, but some people come out of it much happier and at peace with their lives. And I have observed those are the people who have a lot of connections, good connections. In my case, and in many women I have seen, we just forget to connect with people because, again, we are so focused on families, raising our children, that we really do not get time to connect with other people, extended families, cousins, friends, old colleagues, anyone, neighbors, old neighbors, whoever we were in touch with. We just lose connection because we are so busy in our lives. I feel that reconnection at this stage is really, really important. So find those connections again. Give them a call, flick a text message to see how they are and if you can catch up. That every now and then you don't have to discuss your life problems with them, but every now and then catching up with people, reconnecting, that sense of community around you, even if it is just for a chat, helps quite a lot. So reconnection with people is another thing that I feel we impacts us. When we lose the connections, it impacts us in not a very good way because we put that all on the back burner while raising our families. So pick up that phone, send a text message, give a call. I have been doing that consciously, trying to get in touch with my aunties and uncles back home, and it's so good to hear their wisdom and how they negotiate or navigate their lives. So yep, reconnect with people, see if that helps you. It has helped me, knowing that I have people around me. Okay, this one, hear me out. I know a lot of people may not like it or will not get it, which is fine. Again, it is for what has worked for me, and not necessarily everything that has worked for me will work for you as well. But I kind of try to go um, towards a holistic approach, and I find that other than exercising and reconnecting with people that I have lost touch with, if you believe in praying, pray. I used to pray before. I mean, earlier I never got time to pray. I was not raised in a very religious family, so I didn't pray that much. And then few years ago, when things started getting a little bit overwhelming, as I said, when the kids were independent and I didn't know what to do with myself, I started a little bit of praying to see if that helps, and it does help quite a lot. It helped me, even the small, just 5 minutes or 10 minutes of praying. So if it is something that you believe in, then definitely I would recommend take it. I, as I said, I used to do it and then I stopped praying, due to things, some of the things that has happened. I don't have a place where I can do that. Anyway, it is, if you cannot pray or if you don't believe in prayers, that's fine too. Meditation is another good thing along the same lines. If you're not a religious person, but if you are into spirituality, meditation is really good. That helps take our mind off, and it is good thing for your body. It's good soul food. I do meditation every now and then. I used to do it very regularly when I was going through a very rough time. I would do it every single day, and I learned different kinds of meditation. One day I can probably discuss that as well. Um, so I was doing meditation every day, and I could feel the difference. But again, I I do it every now and then. I know I need to get back into it again. But meditation is great tool to minimize the stress levels in our body. If you don't know how to meditate, or if you are not into meditation, just take out some time for yourself. As I said, prayers, meditation, whatever, 10 minutes for yourself where your mind is thinking of good stuff. So if you don't do prayers, if you don't do meditation, try to take out some time just to keep your mind blank, like no bad thoughts at all, no sad thoughts at all, no thoughts, basically just no thoughts. Give your mind that rest, so that no thought cross its mind. It's very difficult. I have found it very difficult. They just keep coming, because I still worry about a lot of things, even though I shouldn't. But I think we are once a parent, always a parent. We always worry. We always worry about family as well, not just children. So keeping the mind completely blank, it works for some people, doesn't work for me. So what I do is chanting is really good. Whatever religion you practice, I think in every religion there's some kind of chanting. um, do that, even if it is for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, anything that gives you break from your thoughts, from the sadness, from the anxiousness, or whatever. Even if you're happy, even if you are content, even if your life is just perfect, still take out that time to completely have a blank mind. And for me, chanting helps quite a lot. So whenever possible, if I don't chant, I listen to music, chants. So again, that is good. They say that it has good vibrations and stuff. I don't know about that, but it definitely kind of helps in it helps in distracting your mind away from all the hundreds and thousands of thoughts that keep coming across to us. So yes, that's another strategy that works for me for minimizing the stress levels. The next strategy is flexibility with your time. I believe that has helped me quite a lot, and it helps me. It was a little bit weird in the beginning, but I noticed the difference that it brings to my life. Um, I believe like last 20, 30 years, I have stuck to a schedule the whole time. Get up in the morning at um, 5 o'clock and prepare breakfast, because you have to drop off the kids to school, wake them up, take them to school, then go to work. You check the time. It's time to pick them up from the daycare or school, and then come back home, cook, because they will sleep soon. Give them bath. You get it. It's just constantly running. Even when the children are older in school or high school, you still have such a tight schedule that you're running around. That we don't realize at that time. We are young and we can do it, but it all adds up to our stress levels, and it all comes back when we are at this age. So I have started kind of being flexible with my time. I don't rush too much. So other outside of work is the only thing that I make sure that I'm on time, which is very important to me. I love my job, so every morning up to whatever time I work. After that, and on weekends, I try to keep my schedule very flexible. I don't put too many things together. I do say no to people if I have already plans, say with my children, to go out for a coffee with them. And then if a friend calls and says, hey, do you want to have dinner tonight, and then I'll be like, I can. I love spending time with them, but then again it'll be too rushed. So if I finish my coffee by 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, and if I have a 8 o'clock dinner with a friend, that's just too much running, and I don't really need that in my life. I have done enough of that. So I try to reschedule that. So it's always, I have found myself doing that quite a lot now, even with anyone. If it is for relaxing, you meet your friends and family for a relaxing time. But if it becomes stressful, if you feel that it will become stressful, just say no. That's what I have been doing. Um, if it's on a weekend, if a friend or extended family or anyone, they call me, they say, hey, come at 4 o'clock and be dot at 4 o'clock, because I'm going to start preparing this and you have to eat hot. Very nice gesture. I love that. I appreciate that. That's someone, but that constraint about can't be 2 minutes late. I would rather say no and say, hey, thank you for invite, but I want to have a relaxing weekend. I can come between, say, 4 to 4:30, but if it is really time restricted activity, I just don't do it anymore, or I just do one at a time, because I have done with running around. I have done with meeting schedules. I'm still doing that at work. Still I have to meet up with my deadlines and all that, targets and all that stuff. So I don't need that in my personal life. I don't want that added stress in it. So I have noticed that has helped quite a lot, because that gives me a very relaxed weekends and evenings on weekdays. So, like today, most of the days after work, I go for a walk. Today, luckily, I got dropped off to work, so I don't have to drive back. So I'm just walking back home and just stopped by in the park to make this video. So yeah, that has helped me quite a lot. Flexibility with my time and not rushing and running around. That has taken a toll on the body. Whether we acknowledge it or not, all these things, they add up. Or everything that we have done to ourselves, trying to complete our responsibilities, they all add up. And this is the time when we can let go of that, because again our responsibilities are less, we have more time. So let go of that stress. That will make people around us happy. Another one is learning new skill. That is such a good use of our time. It gets our mind working. It is a good distraction. It is a good use of time. It's productive, and you feel that sense of achievement that you had forgotten, because life had always been about just getting one day through at a time. So I think learning new skill or a hobby, whatever you had always wanted to do, you can learn a new language. I love learning languages. So if that is something, um, you have something you had wanted to do, so learning language is a good skill to learn, or a hobby. Join dance classes if you're into dancing. I had forgotten how much I loved dancing, and then I joined dance classes, and it was so much fun. Again, couple of hours out of, you're not thinking of anything, you're just enjoying the dancing. Knitting classes if you want to learn knitting, sewing, so knitting, anything like that, any hobby or any new skill, any new talent that you wanted to learn, um, learn that. That is such a great boost to our self-confidence as well, that we can do, still learn things and do things, and it expands our network. We make friends, if not friends, at least we get to talk to someone. It takes us out of our comfort zone. So yes, that is one of the things. If you learn a new thing, a new skill that is so good for your mind and brain as well. And I have in last year I joined dance classes. So I wanted to learn dancing. I wanted to learn a different form of dancing, but I couldn't find the classes. So I found the salsa and ballroom dance, those kind of dancing classes, and I just joined it. I was like, okay, any dance is good dance. It's movement, it's music, it's fun. So I just joined it. It was very very awkward walking by myself in the dance class, but I just loved it. Unfortunately, it happens with school holidays, so during term holidays the classes don't run. Swimming is one more thing I wanted to learn. I can't swim, unfortunately. I tried to learn a couple of times, but yeah, maybe I can learn that as well. So anything, any new thing, learning new, anything new is good for us, and that takes the stress levels off us. Um, so those are the strategies that are at top of my mind, that help in reducing stress levels. Nothing will completely take the stress levels away, but strategies they and a holistic approach will help in managing those stress levels and coping with those. And the ones that I have just mentioned, they don't cost anything. Not everyone can at this stage be, most of the women have kind of, they don't have enough finances either. Some do, but some don't. Or if you can afford other things, good, but most of the things that I have said don't cost any money, but they are free and they help us with the stress levels quite a lot. So let me know, what do you think of that, and if any of those strategies do you already apply in your life, or what other strategies do you apply, and that can help other people as well. So please do mention that in the comments, and like and subscribe. I'll talk to you soon. Catch you later. Bye.